for every useless word that men speak, they shall give account on the day of judgment. If you're going to give account for words that were useless, what do you think you're going to give account for a life that was useless?
How are you doing, my dearest family? Welcome again to Direct TV, bringing to you the truth with Brother Joshua. I'm right here with the man of God, Reverend Dr. Chris and Apostle Johnson Suleman. Now, the two videos you're about to watch are actually, different videos, but they are actually, videos that will inspire you. First, the video from the man of God, Pastor Chris, addressing those that, just want to live their life, they don't care about what's going on, just want to enjoy, live their life. And secondly, a testimony from a lady concerning Apostle Johnson Suleman. This will inspire you. In fact, I would like to start from that video before the man of God, Pastor Chris. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe. Watch this.
I want to announce to you that our Father, the God's General, the God's General, the God's number one General, Apostle Suleman Johnson.
Jesus,
the prophet of God, the prophet of our time. He will not go down.
Amen. Jesus.
Like I just finished sharing my testimony. I told you I will not stop telling this testimony. What God did for my family, for the Udoma family. That year, 2011, stroke 2012, stroke 2013. Man of God, you may not remember again. How can I forget? How can I ever forget his life? Your God is a faithful God. When I saw you this morning, I remember you standing before me and saying, your husband will not die. You see, when he said to me, your husband, even if he wants to die, he will not die. And I said in my heart, Diego, a man that has already died. He has not seen him. But come on, not born for ya. You just not can but go up in here. A dead man, cast him, he will not die. A man that was already dead. The kidneys are not working, the liver, everything was not functioning. The doctor said, we no longer administer many medication to him because the enemy there was blood in his eyes, like blood was just coming out from his eyes. As soon as we react, so we will not give him drugs again. We were just carrying him, and we carried the dead man to Auchi for the very first time in my life. Hi. May you never find yourself in that situation. Amen. We went to so many places. So they went to so many places. I only went to OFM, which is Omega Fire. Ebekam Jokum Weje. The man here gave me only Catholic you have to church. Oh, Sirike. Before if we a Catholic, many baptism, not all reading so. Nature morning mass, you should not church. Hi. And I have to stand before this church. And this man said to me, your husband will not. And the news was already all over the place that he was dead already. Hear me. If this man, I don't know how to say it. I can still they pay for him. So you understand? Man of God, I told you the way I carried my husband from your church that early morning. Remember saying to me, heaven is about to announce you, and I was crying. And you said, why are you crying? Your testimony is good, your prophecy is good, then why are you crying? And I kept mute. I was standing before and I was crying. And you were looking at me and you said, oh, your husband. That was what I said. I foresee. I was already asking myself, this man on our focus. How can you be talking about heaven announcing me when I'm on your being now walk one or two? Okay. Hey! Until he said, oh, your husband, bring him. And this dying on our speed, they lifted him and brought him to him. And he said, give me oil. Everything is fresh in my head like it was yesterday. Like it was yesterday. That was the very first time I saw him. And he said, give me oil. And they brought big bottle. It'd be like Loco Z. I said, olive oil on a hapo. It's a mondo bera. You me pay ya. What ya air? Everything finished. And he threw the bottle. He said, take him, he will not die. That was when the journey started. And I was looking at the man, he was dying. And I said, Apostle Suleman said, you will not die, Waga. What are you doing? And he was dying. Every day he was getting down. The devil is wicked. Every day he was disappearing in my hand. And I kept saying, the God of Apostle Suleman Johnson, you said this man will not die. It will be a shame. And I started praying that prayer. That was when I started covering grave in my dream. Every night I will walk across a grave and I'll say, who dug this grave here? From nowhere I will see shovel. I will start covering it. Man of God, after a few months, the dead man that I left with from your church started coming back to life.
Alright, my dearest family, there you have it. I have to actually stop here. This was an amazing testimony, and I needed you to watch this. You see, talking about what the man of God, Pastor Chris, will say, you realize that if you are a kind of person that you have made up your mind that you don't care what's going on in the world, you are just going to live your life, you're just going to live for yourself, you need to watch this video. You see, you need to watch this video. And then I'll be right back to talk about the virtual church. If you have not joined the virtual church yet, please, you need to do so. I'll drop the link in the comment section. So do well to use the link and join. All right, a lot of benefits, of course. So watch this video. I'll see you in my next video, guys. Bye.
We have to know our purpose. There are a lot of people who live an empty life. I mean, they're just there. They're completing the square. They're coming and going. All they ever think about is themselves and then maybe their families, and that's enough. They just want to live happily in peace. That's all. No. That's a terrible life. Not a good way to live. You have to come to the point where you recognize that you are in this world for a purpose. You were not born for nothing. God has a purpose for your life, something you came here to do. Don't expect that God will somehow just make it happen. Remember, you were made the mankind of God. You're not just some two-legged animal moving around in the world. There's a purpose for your life. You have to come to that realization that if you don't do something about your times, your life, as it relates with those who come into your world and what comes into your world or goes out of it, be a loser. Others will decide what happens, and you'll be a victim. And then you answer to God for it. That's the worst part of it, because you have to answer to God for your failure, for living an empty life. Don't forget, Jesus said, for every useless word that men speak, they shall give account on the day of judgment. For speaking useless words, inoperative words. If you're going to give account for words that were useless, what do you think you're going to give account for a life that was useless? How could you live that many years without an impact on your world? Without a kingdom impact on your world? What life have you lived? You know, I'm not trying to blame you for not knowing that your life has a purpose. No. You might have grown up that way. I mean, it doesn't take a lot to be a parent. It doesn't take a lot. Almost anybody at a certain age, from a certain age, can become a parent. You don't have to be wise. You don't have to be. You don't have to know anything. You can be stupid, foolish, evil, wicked, whatever, and become a parent. It's biology. But it takes a whole lot more to raise children. And so, if you were not raised by someone or those that understood with the wisdom of God, how could they have raised you with that knowledge? A knowledge they didn't have? A wisdom that they didn't have? So, if you don't know these things, I'm not blaming you. But now you have the opportunity to discover. And that's what I'm sharing with you. Now you have a chance to know. If nobody ever told you that your life was for a purpose, with a meaning in this world, now you're hearing it, and you better believe it. Now you're hearing it. You better believe it. Oh, nobody inspires me like Jesus. Oh boy, if you study his words, you'll be something. You'll be something. You'll never live an empty life. Listening to Jesus, studying Jesus, you never live an empty life. I'll give you his words. Listen to this. I mean, we just read something beautiful from Hebrews chapter 11, especially verses 2 and 3. Very powerful. But look at this. St. John's Gospel chapter 9 and in verse number 5. Hear him for yourself. As long as I am in the world, I am the light of the world. Oh boy. Light gives direction. Light dispels darkness. Light reveals truth. In fact, light is truth. But look at that. As long as I am in the world, I am the light of the world. As long as I am in the world, I am the light of the world. What does he think of us? What does Jesus think of us when he talks like this? I can tell you. St. Matthew's Gospel, chapter 5 and verse number 14. Boy, I like it. Ye are the light of the world. A city that is set on a hill cannot be hid. Jesus said it. Ye are the light of the world. He says, as long as I am in the world, I am the light of the world. As long as I am in the world. Because he knew he was leaving. He was leaving. And we ought to know we are leaving too. But as long as we are in the world, we are the light of the world. That's responsibility. You have to think like this. You have to think like this. We dispel darkness. Doesn't matter what they bring. I love the words of Jesus. He says, let your light so shine. Not just shine, but so shine before men. They may see your good works and glorify your Father that's in heaven. Let your light so shine ever more brightly. Let me read you more of his words. You're going to love this one. St. John's Gospel, chapter 8, and we're reading from verse 12. Then spake Jesus again unto them, saying, I am the light of the world. He that followeth me shall not walk in darkness, but shall have the light of life. Can you say that? I mean, can you say, if anybody follows you, they will not lose their way? Oh, I've declared that many times. Sure. 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 Look at that. I am the light of the world. He that followeth me shall not walk in darkness, but shall have the light of life. You know, when Paul wrote a letter to Timothy, he says, I want you to meditate on these things. He says, I want you, by these words, to save yourself and those who hear you. You save your life and those who hear you. Can your life become that dependable that others can be saved by you because they listen to you and their lives get better? As long as I am in the world, I am the light of the world. That's what I told you.